Alright, hope everybody's having a good one. Welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator with Cookie Pirate. Today, we're going from Kodiak, downtown airport, or municipal, I guess you'd call it. In Kodiak, Alaska, we're headed westbound to King Salmon. About a 45-minute flight. Climb aboard, let's go flying. So yeah, I wasn't totally sure about this route. We'll kind of have to see how it goes. It's pretty fogged in. So I guess we're just gonna give it a go. Let's go ahead and turn the battery switches on. Okay, get loaded in and set up quick. These are all good. Battery master switches are on. Strobe lights on. Mixture's full rich. Power lever full forward. Boost. Prop area clear. Pull the power back. Get the engine cranked up. Clear! Alright, there we go, it's running. Let's go ahead and lean the mixture out. Oil pressure is good. Let me go ahead and turn the alternators on to get the battery charging. Alright, let's lean this mixture out a bit. Alright, there it's peaked. Alternators are on, we can bring the avionics on. Engine instruments are looking good right now. Flaps are confirmed up. Don't need those right now. Only 10 Celsius on the ground right now. And it's fogged in. We don't have weather here, so we'll get from the nearest, which is Kodiak's main airport. Oh wow, it got even worse. Okay. So they have 3/4 of a mile visibility over there. It's not far from here, so it's probably pretty similar. It's 10 on the ground, 3009, so we'll get the altimeter from that. It is set. I need to look at the chart quickly. Runway 725, no. No, it's 220. We'll take off runway 2. When we taxi out, I'll have a bug set that way. Let's just go ahead and get the flight plan stuff set up right now. It's only 45 minutes. I think we'll go ahead and cruise at 20,000. I think these are all set up. Alright, well, we're good to go ahead and taxi out. Go ahead and turn the nav lights on. Alright. Out of the way. Of course, they don't render collision objects. Can't really turn with this, though. And turn through the grass.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to.
We have quite a short runway over here, though. So we're probably going to do a short field takeoff procedure. Oh, wait a minute. Looks can be deceiving, but it looks like that water goes uphill. That isn't right. Oh boy. Okay. Those are all good. Alright, fuel quantity is good. We'll go ahead and select the right. Fuel pump is on boost. Mixture full rich. Flaps down to 50 in check. Good left, good right. Okay. Transponder. Altitude. Go. Autopilot is set up. Nav mode and FLC and VNav and the altitude has been programmed. Radio's good, cabin heat not needed. Power up to 1700 RPM. Alright, good right there. Let's go landing lights, ice light, pitot heat. Those are good. We're going to leave the pitot heat on because it's relatively cool. We're going to be flying through a lot of fog, clouds on takeoff, and we may encounter icing en route. So we're just going to leave the pitot heat on. Landing light, ice light can come off. Mag check. Let's go to the right. That's good. Back to both. Check the left. That's good. Back to both. Those are all good. Now check the flight controls. Rudder. elevator. And ailerons all good back to the cockpit. Set trim for takeoff. Good. Autopilot is disconnected. Icing conditions. No, because it's 10 Celsius on the ground, and I think we'll get out of the fog fairly quickly. Alright, we're not doing a normal takeoff because this runway is short. This runway is 2,400 feet long, so we could probably do a normal takeoff, but just for good practice, we'll actually do a short field. Alright, so we taxi out onto the runway, and we're going to hold the brakes, power full forward, release the brakes, and lift off at 77, and we'll climb out at 85. And then what we'll do is lower the nose and get for like 103 once we know we're above the trees. The obstacles I'm looking at page taking off runway 2. $80-foot tree, 1,090 feet from runway, 190 right of center. Conflicting traffic with Lily Lake, Trident Basin, Kodiak Airport. Not worried about that. Airport unlit, closed for night. Weather camera available. I think in the real world we would not be able to take off out of here with the weather like it is. But this is a simulator, so we're gonna do it. In the real world, we'd be checking all of the approach plates and... Or not approach plates, they don't have any. The departure plates, just to make sure that there's no special minimums to take off or that it's not prohibited. Get out here and centered. We'll get airborne in this plane at about 1,000 feet with the short field takeoff procedure. What we're gonna do, check brake. Flaps are 50. They are. Good. We're gonna hold the brakes and power full forward. Smooth acceleration on the power. Brakes are down. Engine instruments are looking good. Release the brakes. We're gonna rotate at 77. Climb out at 85. Airspeed's alive. .77. Brakes. Alright, we're good. Flaps up. Just gonna fly out a little bit. Just because I know there's nothing ahead. I want to make sure that we don't make any turns all of a sudden into any hazardous terrain. In fact, what I need to do here.
Engaging autopilot.
Alright, we can go ahead and lower the nose.
Take a moment right here. Feeling like it's out gear.
And what we could actually do is just set a heading to intercept this track instead of making too sharp of a turn. Going over the water like this is actually going to be fine. Let's engage heading. Alright, and we're... Whoa! Look at that! That's so cool! You could just see the tips of the mountain peaks just like poking through the fog. What? That's super cool. Okay. We're awarded with a beautiful view right there. Yeah, I should have had the map set instead of the checklist on that. Alright, let's go ahead and full power climb Richard Peak. Power's full forward. We'll lean the mixture just to stay at the bottom of the green arc here. Which right now full rich is okay. Oh yeah, take a look at that too. Flaps are up, airspeed 120, 110 is okay. We'll just keep an eye on our temperatures. Fuel pump stays on boost while we're climbing. Fuel flow and engine parameters will monitor. So we'll continue on this until we intercept this course here. We're climbing to 20,000 feet. Wow. That's super cool. Wouldn't it be so neat to have a house up top? That's just... that's remarkable.
Maybe guilty but proud. Now I'm an outlaw on the run. Dangerous but it's so fun.
That's just so cool. Alright. It's pretty cloudy, pretty foggy all over Kodiak. The weather at King Salmon is a lot better. Considerably warmer. It was 22 Celsius. And it was only 10 here on the ground at Kodiak. And the good news is we're above all the clouds. We don't have to worry about icing right now. The weather at King Salmon is... some clouds broken, 5,500, 22 Celsius, a little bit windy. Oh, starting to turn through that. Turn nav back on, and that's an easy correction. Let's go in here and look at this. We'll pull the mixture back just a little bit. Good enough right there. Oh, that's cool. That's pretty neat right there too. -2 Celsius, 9,200 feet. So the route that we're going to be taking, we took out of Kodiak Municipal. This is Kodiak's main airport right down here. We've flown into here a couple times, and I think we flew out once. It's Kodiak's downtown, and Lily Lake right here is the seaplane base, and the water goes uphill. Not supposed to. But we're crossing over here. I don't know what this airport is. ORI. Port Lions, it doesn't have any pavement, so it's gravel or grass. So then we're gonna fly over some water, and then we're gonna pass right over the peninsula and fly near some pretty high mountains. I mean, we're not gonna be anywhere close, but 7,700 is the highest in that area. And then on the other side of these mountains, it flattens out, and King Salmon is here. It's a short flight, about 45 minutes. But there should be some pretty good scenery. Looking forward. And if you went this way up from Kodiak, Kenai Peninsula is up here. Homer, Seward, Kenai, Soldotna, and Anchorage is up here. If you go south, there's Akioke Airport, and that's about it. And there's just wide open ocean. Southwestern Alaska tends to get a little bit more remote. Not a lot of trees, there's a lot of lakes. King Salmon sits not far from Naknek and Naknek Lake. And actually, probably on our way down, we'll be able to see the water. Bristol Bay, Kvichak Bay. There's always some pretty neat stuff here. Minus 11 at 14,000 feet. Now we are in Alaska. If we were flying in like California or the southeastern states, it'd probably still be above freezing. That's pretty. That's really pretty. Let's just turn and look at this. That's so neat though. We get the peaks of the mountains just sticking out above the fog. You can tell it's shallow, although there is some higher cloud buildup around. But they kind of poke through even more so here. And then it clears up, and then there's a layer of clouds, and then kind of the same over here though. You can see some mountains sticking up through here. I was kind of iffy about this route. I'm like, I don't think it's going to be all that interesting. I mean, you'll see some mountains in the water, but then it just kind of flattens out. And I'm kind of wrong. There is some mountains that you get to see, but seeing them kind of poke through the clouds like that makes it's a totally different perspective. I think that looks just really cool. I think it would look even cooler like this than on a totally clear day, although the advantage of flying on a totally clear day is you can just see all the amazing scenery. Alright, we can bump this down a little bit more. $17,000. It's 48 minutes to go, but nah, we're still in our climb power setting and everything. We could go higher. I don't know if there's going to be any real advantage to doing so. Look. $193, it looks like it switches. No, not really. There's not much of an advantage to it, so we'll stay at We'll stay at 20. That's fine. Have a slight tailwind. There's not enough of a change to make it. And it actually does look like it shifts up ahead. Standard pressure set, so we're above 18,000 feet. All our cylinder temps and engine temps are looking very good. So I think we're okay in that regard. It says 120, and I think that's just for maximum, like, forward speed while maintaining a full power climb. We'll do a cruise climb technique sometime. Those are better on longer flights. I don't think they're good to do on short, like less than an hour flights like this. Especially when you're going up to 20,000 feet, because it takes you so long to get to 20,000, and by the time you do, it's almost time to start descending right back down. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. Alright, go ahead and pull back. We're looking for 30.5 on the manifold pressure. Bump it up a little bit. Good right there. Let's go ahead and pull the checklist for cruise. Turn the fuel pump off. We'll adjust the mixture. We're looking to keep our cylinder temps below 420, which we're at 320 right now, just about. So we're fine. All good. Let's go ahead and switch fuel tanks to the left. Engine parameters, we're gonna be targeting right about 20 per minute, or 20 per hour. 20 gallons per minute, we'd be in deep trouble. You see we're getting a little boost in performance. We're looking at this right here. If I push this forward, mixture forward, it's consuming a lot of fuel and the temperatures aren't as hot and are not getting quite the performance that we could. So we've leaned the mixture a little bit and we just look for this power knob and we want that at the maximum. Now it just started dropping out as we leaned out. You can see we're close to this. This is peak, and generally in climb you want to be rich of peak. You can be lean of peak in the cruise climb. I don't like it. When you're cruising, they have lean of peak cruise and rich of peak cruise. But you don't want to be right at peak temperatures generally, because it's not the most efficient and not best for the engine. Right there is best. Best power. You see a little better here. It's where we took off. We're just about over to the west shore of Kodiak Island. And then it's just a short distance over back to the main Alaska land. This is the Aleutian Range, but it's still part of the peninsula, like the islands haven't started yet. Let's just take a look. Yeah, I can see some terrain starting to render. It's the western side of Kodiak. Ton of clouds, really not a lot to see. Just because of the number of clouds. Although you do get some pretty mountain peaks here, there. There's a couple that are popping up through the clouds. Just a lot of clouds out that way. Again, back this way. You can see just kind of a trace of them. A lot of clouds out over the ocean. The weather at Naknek which is just west of King Salmon, it's totally clear. Clouds in over King Salmon, and you can kind of see that. Totally cloudy over Kodiak. Totally clear of the very southern portion of the Kenai Peninsula. But further up, Homer, Soldotna, Kenai, totally clear. Really good weather in the interior. Kodiak, we've just about literally picked the worst place for weather today in the state. That's kind of why I picked that. It's 26 minutes. Let's plan ahead a little bit and choose an approach into King Salmon. Based on the weather, actually should be updating in just a couple minutes. From what I'm seeing right now, the wind is out of the southeast. 12 and 30 are the runways. They have ones 1836, which is oh, it's actually not as short as I thought it would be. 4,000 feet long. That's plenty enough, so we could take 18. But they have better weather approaches into 12 or 30. Can't see. Yeah, only visual approaches to 1836. We could fly the ILS. Choices are the VOR fly outbound, circle around. Oh, this has a DM York. Just fly it to the Alright, we'll do that for now. We got a little while before we have to start descending. Actually, no, it is starting to clear up a little bit further to the west. Is this? No, that's not Iliamna. This is Naknek Lake. Lake Iliamna's up here, though. It's the largest lake in the state. So you get a pretty good view of that. Just off in the distance. That's kind of cool. Sea of clouds. Back in the days, I had Flight Simulator 10. Back in... It came out in 2006. I mean, I got it after that. But it was probably 2009 or so. And beyond that for several years. Kodiak was one of my favorite places to fly in and out of in that simulator. Turn the landing light off. Don't really want to do the full approach with the procedure turn. Only requirement on the way is stay at 4,000 until I'm looking until the King's Salmon veal. We stay 4,000. Getting ready to top a descent in just a couple minutes here, so let's go ahead and we'll set 4,000. VNAV is on. What we may do is just get started on the course and then just do set up a vector to final. Kind of proceed with VFR because the weather's looking better. Minus 21 up here at 20,000 feet out here.
trying to hide it, getting these voices inside to stay quiet. On to the place where all this began. Start again. Won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall first to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found. And you can't start again until you break down. Break down. Until you break down. Oh, you won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall first to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found. And you can't start again until you break down. Hold on, hold on. It's not lost, you're not lost. Hold on, hold on. It's not lost, you're not lost. If I had known then what I know now, I wouldn't have said what I said. I took the long road, thought I'd be better on my own. Sometimes what's right is wrong instead. 'Cause I was too young, and I didn't understand that you were the one. And I can't wait to see you
Alright, here we go. Started our descent into King Salmon. Pull back on the power a little bit here because we don't want our speed to pick too much up. We can always set the FLC. I'd rather not do that right now. Just kind of want to keep our speed.
hindsight is fleeting when your
Like
heart's
that.
beating, and all you can see is red. Till you discover it is within each other to forgive
Scent.
and make amends.
Oxygen. Let's get the weather at King Salmon, see if there's an update. Should be able to get it from here. No?
I took the long road, thought I'd be better on my own. Sometimes what's right is wrong instead. 'Cause I was too young.
Oh, got an update. 180 at 16, gusting to 26. Oh, that's going to be a fun approach. And landing. Scattered at 6,000, 22 Celsius, 2988 on the altimeter. Alright. Let's go ahead and set that. Still picking up a little bit of speed. Let's just set it there. Cabin heat not needed. We can turn the landing light on. We'll enrich in the mixture as we need to. But for right now, it's okay. We just want to make sure our temperatures, the CHT, stay above 240. Before landing, we'll do that. Get kind of closer down. We're looking good right here. Quite pretty though. Yeah, that's kind of neat there. Alright, so let's see how we want to go ahead and do this approach. I'm looking visually at everything on the map. The safe altitude's 2,800. All obstacles. The IFR says 4,000. If we've got good weather on the ground, we can kind of fudge some of these a little bit. Just kind of proceeding visually to descend lower and intercept the localizer. We'll fly the ILS. We'll get some practice with that for sure. So our parking, transient, GA ramp, FBO ramp, tenant ramp. It's going to be at the end of 3-6. So we take 1-0, or I'm sorry, 1-2. We can, if we stop in time, we can make a turn on to 1836. Taxi down that way. If not, we'll have a right turn off. Alright. Well, it's going to be a right turn no matter what. And they kind of come around as a box. I'm looking at the map. Planning purposes. ILS. 2,000. Then we intercept the final approach fix Kingy at 1,700. Alright. I actually can see the airport right now. Right here. It's King Salmon. Naknek is over here. 7 minutes to the fix. 7 minutes to the airport. And then it's saying 17 minutes until we land. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna do that. Alright, tell you what we're gonna do here. We're going to... Yeah, the wind is actually stronger down here than it is up at altitude. That's interesting. Alright. We're gonna fly heading, which means we can just stay 4,000 feet for now. So Kingi is the final approach. The final approach fix. And we need to be... Realistically, we can descend to 1700. Intercept that. We've got visual on everything, so we find that we need to level off. If we can. So it says 1700 on that. And the wind is pushing us a little bit, so we need to stay in with the wind. Hold up the localizer for the approach. Why is it telling us to go mist? Okay, there we go. Let's actually spin this around and we can just intercept from this side. It's probably the easier thing to do. Get a direct tailwind too. Almost a direct tailwind. Is our VNAV on? Cylinder temps are fine, 294. We don't even need to lean the mixture anymore. We're enriching it. We're fine where we're at. It's kind of mostly tundra down here. I mean, there's some trees, but it doesn't look like much. Cool little view of Naknek Lake. It is 2 Celsius, so we can go ahead and actually turn the pitot heat off because we're not going through any moisture and it's warming up. Torpedo heat required, really? We won't need it in a minute. I'm going to turn VNAV off. And I'm going to turn FLC on. And I'm going to reduce the power so we get a little bit of a steeper descent rate.
I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know
Get a good view of where we're landing. We're going to be parking probably right over here. Neck back there. And then more of the southwestern. Oh, you can see some hills back that way. Hey. That's almost like totally flat out over there.
Was it the voice? Was it the fire burning in me? All of the noise
Kinda neat.
turned into choirs of harmony. Left me with the beat.
Stay at 1700 to intercept the track out over here. If we flew the whole approach, we'd be flying directly over the airport, out. We'd have to turn over the water and come all the way back in. That just takes a lot of time. This will give us a chance to level off, get slowed down, set the plane up to fly the approach for us.
Lately I've been high.
We should be on the ground in 4 or 5 minutes.
When nobody knows, I will not go where nobody goes. I lost my way, but I found my fighter's destiny. I don't wanna look back now, 'cause I know that I don't need your love. I won't let you take me down.
Let's go ahead and do final before landing checklist here. Fuel pump on. Mixture full rich. Let's go ahead and bump that up. Flaps is required. We'll slow down once we level off. We'll set half flaps and then we'll go full flaps when we're descending on the approach. Autopilot we can leave on and disengage once we get down to minimums. There's the airport right there. Sora, beam it. Getting a nice boost from the wind. Take advantage of that while we have it.
Lately I've been high.
Let's go ahead and get this. Glide slope indicators come alive. Fine to fly 140. We gotta turn and intercept out over here. You don't want to intercept at the final approach fix because you want to be on course and stable on that by then. So you want to kind of pick it up out here. So in just a moment. Take some power out. Look at the clouds. Just that whole layer that forms up just sitting in the back. That's kind of neat. So we're still kind of continuing to descend to take some power out. Let's go ahead and turn. Add some power in. I don't want to maintain our speed about right there. We're flying away. I wish it would take these maneuvers and stuff into factor as you're calculating the time to go. This needle should be starting to pick up. Just a moment or two. Let's go ahead and turn to 210. And we're flying at a good speed right now. Coming over Naknek, but we don't have to go all the way out over the water. Naknek has 2 or 3 airports, actually, I think, right around it. What we could have done is just cut the engine, enter the traffic pattern, and land, but I kind of want practice with flying the ILS. It's kind of cool to do. Needle should start coming alive in any moment. Keep our power right about here. Wind is also kind of pushing us out. There it is. We may go through it a little bit. Yeah, we are. A little bit. That's why we give ourselves enough room over here. To kind of maneuver as we need to. And then what we can do is actually pick up the nav. That'll track it for us. And then we'll set approach. We'll cancel the speed. And it should fly us right down to the runway. Altitude hold off. Don't going to do that yet. Approach on. And hopefully glide slope takes over for us. Come back on the power just a little bit here. That's got us pretty well lined up. Back on that. Well, let me turn it off. Maybe, hopefully, it will pick that up for us. I'm gonna be a little bit aggravated if it doesn't. And we're already starting to slide past the localizer. Start descending. No, it's not. Are you kidding me? Come on! Alright. Take some power out. Do half flaps. We're gonna have to hand fly this approach. That's aggravating. Trimmed out properly here. Try to descend a little bit to pick this up. I need to look into see why is this not picking up the approach mode on this autopilot, because that is getting aggravating. Alright, now we're below the approach. Get full flaps, add some power in. Or speed up. We're angled pretty well for the wind. We're getting low though, and this is the problem. This is why I like to have this plane fly the approach. We're doing okay. It's moderately frustrating. Just when I try to get it set up to fly the approach and it doesn't. See, if it had done this, it just would have entered the traffic pattern and saved an extra 5 or 6 minutes. I just don't understand why it doesn't want to cooperate. Ah, the wind is shifting too. You see we're getting blown more and more off course.
500.
A little bit high, I need to take some power out. Final checks, mixture. Yep, flaps full, boost pump on, landing light. We are good. Tiny bit low, we're starting to descend here. This when we took the power out, we're starting to sink. We can level off a bit though and hold it. We have a visual, so we're good. 1 white, 3 red on the PAPI lights, we're fine. See how fast we can slow the plane down and stop. At 23 knots, with just about a 17 knot crosswind component. Look at how angled we are. Take the power out. We're kind of fast, so we may end up missing the turn on that crosswind runway. Oh, floating a little bit. Come on. Now we have some extra speed. Oh, come on. There we go. Alright. That was pretty decent. Some shimmy in the nose wheel. Flaps are up. We can make a right turn on 1836. Look at the little tower there. That's kind of neat. Right, take some power out. And it's going to be an easy taxi in, since we were able to make that. Alright. So we're on right there. Just a couple other things. Boost pump off. Switch to the right tank. No, we're not going to be really using much more fuel. Landing light can come off. Pitot heat was off. We didn't need it there. And flaps are confirmed up. I guess we could have parked on that ramp right there. I mean, yeah, we can go over there. No, I'm not sure that was meant to be used as a taxiway, but
Gave you too much, now I'm swallowed.
oh hey, look, vans.
Dangerous path that I follow. Oh,
All right, there we are.
just do what you do.
22 Celsius on the ground here. Let's go ahead and set the parking brake. Come on. There we go.
As I bleed for you, cry for you. Let me bleed.
I think we have everything done on here. Other transponder. Standby. Flaps are up. We didn't need to lean the mixture. Fuel pump not needed. Those lights are on. Those are not needed. Alright, fuel pump is off. Throttle is idle. Idle mixture cut off. Engine is stopped. Pressure's dropped. Battery is on. Switch is off. Turn the lights. Avionics master. 57 minutes. That was actually a little bit longer than it planned on. I think we planned on about 45 or 46 minutes. I think it was because of that lengthy approach. Which is super aggravating because couldn't get the plane to fly. That's fine. Mostly. Magnetos. Avionics are off. Alternator switches are off. And then all that is left is battery switches. Well, folks, welcome to King Salmon, Alaska. It's kind of a neat little takeoff out of Kodiak with the fog. As always, thanks for flying with me, and hope to have you aboard on the next one. And until then, take care, stay safe. We'll see ya.